Guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing Human Centipede 3. If you haven't seen the other two movies, you can find them easily in the Netflix horror section. So, yeah, go check it out. You'll be thoroughly disgusted and you'll hate me for suggesting that you watch it. So, I've only seen the trailer for the third movie, so I'm just going to recap the old ones and then we're going to go to the new one. So, I've only seen the trailer for the third one. It's directed by Tom Six, who's the original director of the first and second movie, which is kind of nice that there's still the same director and nobody new. So to recap, in the first one, there's like a crazy doctor that captures these three people. In his defense, they just like wandered up to his house. So it's not like he was like out in the woods trying to like shoot them down or something. He was like, "Yeah, come in." You should know not to talk to strangers. I'd rather walk a mile in the rain than have my mouth sewn to someone's asshole. But they didn't know that was going to happen until he had them all captured and um, hooked up, that he went on his tirade about how this was gonna be happening. He had like pictures and drawings. He really had this thought out. Like, he probably didn't have friends because he probably showed his friends, and then his friends were like, "I'm not gonna be a part of your experiment, man." Late. So, yeah, so he like puts them together and it's all like clean and thorough, and they're asleep the whole time and it's whatever. And then like they finally wake up from their coma and then he has them stand up and they're like, "Ah," and he's all like, "Yeah." I think he thought that they were screaming with joy because he was filled with joy that this was successful. So there's a lot of like shitting and throwing up, and like the girl in the back dies, the Asian guy in the front dies, the doctor dies, and like who's left and who's alive? Of course it's the girl in the middle. Like, someone's attached to her butthole. She's attached to somebody's butthole, so she can't talk. I don't think she has a tongue, and it's like, what do you do? So then the movie ends because everyone's dead except for her. So, like, I guess she's just gonna die too. I'd probably shoot myself if I was in that situation. Um, so then I saw the second one, which was thoroughly disgusting. It took, like, disgusting to a whole new level, and it was awful. Martin is the main character who works at a parking garage. He's a little, like, short, chubby dude, and he's obsessed with the first movie, so he's always watching it, and he like jacks off to it. I wouldn't consider this like jack off material, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, you can find some weird stuff online, but whatever. Okay, whatever. To each their own. Poor Martin. So he lives with his crazy mom, and like his dad's in jail for touching Martin, and like a psychiatrist that he sees is touching Martin, and everyone's touching Martin, and you don't know why. He doesn't talk, so what's a mentally disturbed guy to do? Obviously, it's to live out your lifelong dream and capture people and turn them into this centipede. So he like rents a warehouse, and when I say rent, he like kills the landlord and starts like capturing people, and like he's knocking like teeth out with hammers and like duct taping people, and like someone hits him in the balls. He like puts laxatives in their mouth, and somehow a centipede ends up his butthole, and like the movie ends with him jacking off with sandpaper. So I don't know. I couldn't get through the whole movie. I love horror and gore as much as the next person, but I was just like, fuck this. And I was eating like spaghetti or something. Like, who eats spaghetti while they're watching? I'm stupid. So the third movie has not been released yet, but the trailer has. If you go on YouTube, the Red Band trailer has been released. Um, so I saw some familiar faces. It takes place in a prison that's very notorious for like fighting and murder and all this crazy shit. So like, what's the logical thing to do instead of like locking everybody down and like that's too easy, right? So you see some familiar faces. You see a little short, chubby guy with a Hitler mustache, and you see a guy that's the warden that kind of looks like the doctor. So I did some research. Lo and behold, there's Martin and the doctor, but they're different characters, and Martin talks. And so they're like, we need to get these guys under control. And Martin's like, well, let's make the centipede. And they hire a doctor who approves this, and he's like, it is medically accurate. I don't see why anybody could not spend a life sentence this way. Where did you get this doctor? Did you find him on WebMD? What doctor would approve this? What doctor would be like, let's do it? Obviously this one, because everyone's just like everyone's sitting around and they're like, okay. So then there's like a scene where they're in the cafeteria and they're showing the first two movies, and like the inmates are like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, why are we watching this? So the doctor, who's now like a warden, comes up with a little cowboy hat and he's like, hey cockroaches, did you enjoy these films? Who would say yes? I probably would, because I want to be in the front. If I was going to be anywhere in that 500 person line, I would want to be in the front. So they choose the black dude, like the token black guy. They choose him to be in the front. So, I mean, I don't know what they're feeding them. Probably like dog food or Taco Bell or Chipotle or something. Um, and you see like them all being put to sleep, and like this like army of like a miniature hospital just like going to town like, oh, this is totally normal. And then you see like they're outside and there's like this like line of inmates, and you know, like you see people like getting sick because like everyone's shitting in their mouths, and oh, it's so gross. And like this guy comes out of nowhere and he's like, what about human rights? It's too late for that now. And then I see it's 500 people. Like, who has the time for that? Why would you spend 25 years like this? I don't know, but you're going to see my review when the trailer comes out. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what movie you would like for me to watch, and I will review it. Until next time.